Okay guys, so as promised, the Sportster is here for the winter project. This guy took it on a ride over the summer and had all kinds of tuning issue. He's got a Thunder Max tuner on here and it's just a mess right now. Been good to him so far, but it's just loading up with fuel, and you can see just how black the exit is on that turbo. But anyway, I'm gonna let him fix that. I'm doing a bunch of mods to this bike, as we talked about. So it's initially going to be a pretty extensive overhaul. It's scaled back a little bit. It's getting wheels, and we're gonna do some painting. We're gonna do all the tin work. We're initially gonna nix this back fender and do a bob cut and a whole bunch of stuff, but we're gonna cut back on it a little bit scope wise. So we're gonna keep that fender. This is actually a Fat Boy fender, an OEM Fat Boy fender, and so he had somebody put that on a while back. So we're gonna keep that and get a new seat down the line, and when he finds something he wants, but it's essentially going to be this style, possibly tank lift on here, and of course paint job. We're going to we may or may not keep the front fender. We're going to clean some of this stuff up. The windshield's coming off. We're going to put a cowl on the front of it, and that'll be paint matched and everything else. We're going to keep the bottom cowl, and then we're gonna chop the cam cover and remove this one. I'll remove this and clean that up, and we'll respray that. I'll probably respray some parts of the frame as we go along, because it really makes the bike freshen up. We're gonna relocate the coil to here, and the start switch probably to here or up here, depending. And then get rid of the passenger pegs, replace these maybe with some small floorboards. I'm not sure on that. So what I'm doing today is, we've got the exhaust pipe off of it because they're having to take the turbo off to address, I think that maybe there's a vacuum leak or something somewhere. Anyway, so this pipe just makes me sick. I can't stand the look of it. And I thought, man, it really needs to be something cool. So what I'm going to do, if you see this picture where these orange lines are at, that's where your leg's at when you're riding a bike. This is where your leg's at when you're standing. If you're a short guy like me, and this guy's not very tall either. So he's actually shorter than I am. You can believe that. So what I'm going to do is move this section in a little bit and move this out. But I'm not going to do it with this pipe. I'm going to do it with some pie cuts I just made. This is 2 1/4 inch stainless, and I just made a bunch of pie cuts this morning. And then of course, you know, it's a pain in the ass. You got to clean everything up and deburr it. This is just Chinese stainless pipe off of the internet. It's exhaust pipe. I got a couple sections at 2 1/4, and then for the exit, this thing that's 3 inch diameter. So I want to do anything weird that's going to screw up however this thing flows. I'm going to change it a bit. And I don't know that with a turbo how much that exhaust really matters, honestly, because it's pushing it through there. But I want to make it look cool. So we're going to come out of here, some pie cuts there, a straight piece, pie cut it in a little bit here just for clearance on the leg, and then it'll wrap down around and come out this way. I'm not sure if I'm going to dump down or more this way. I'm kind of leaning this way, man, because I've got some 3 inch for that too, and I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But I've done one other half exhaust system with some pie cuts, and I was able to do it, and it looked pretty awesome. I was actually on a Buell, but so I've cut all these. These are 3 different lengths. I got a fat, a medium, and then a small. Just these will turn a little bit tighter. These are at 7.5 degrees on each side, so it's a 15-degree bend whenever you weld it together. So I just made more than I thought I would need, and since the saw was set up for it, I just cut them on the bandsaw there. So I cut a bunch of them. Now the hard part here is going to be, since this is all going to be stainless, this is a 3/8 to 1/2 inch flange on there, and it's got a little relief pocket inside of it. That's for the pressure release, you know, on the turbo to blow off the excess pressure. So I didn't want to spend 60 bucks on a piece of stainless, so one of my vendors had this laying around, and I bought this for 20 bucks. This is 1/2 inch, and it's 10 inches around. So I don't know, like, I don't know what that's going to be like to cut or machine. So I'm anxious to put it in the saw and see if I can actually whittle this thing down. Hopefully I can do that, but otherwise it's going to be a lot of plasma cutting and grinding and drilling and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I don't know, that thing is pretty damn massive though. So that's a plan for the exhaust system. And I think, you know, being that this bike is a Turbo Sportster, I don't know that I've ever seen another one. And I think it really needs something to accentuate that turbo. And I think a pie cut stainless exhaust would be pretty awesome. And we could even, right where your leg comes through here, put a little wrap section on there, and it would still look pretty cool. So that's the plan with that. We're putting a set of, right now the plan is to put a set of 60 spoke wheels on it, 18 in the back and a 19 in the front, which is exactly what's on there. 21 is an option, but I think just to give this bike the maybe a little better handling, because it really moves, that I didn't want to go with a 21 and real narrow tire or anything like that. So that's the plan so far, but these plans change a lot. So I'll keep you updated as I get this exhaust going. I'm trying to get some work done on it. But while the bike doesn't run, I can't really tear it apart until we get it fixed. But I can do this exhaust while they're jacking around with that. So anyway, that's the update on it. And I'll keep some new videos coming on this one. It should be pretty cool. John's Gay.